lasagna trick. We've got mixed pork and beef mince or ground meat there, about 500 grams, a bit over a pound. We've got a large brown onion chopped up with a single piece of garlic in there, some mixed Italian herbs, so thyme, oregano and basil, some black pepper. Got about half a dozen mushrooms to add a bit of bulk to it, a tin of diced tomatoes, and a squirt of this high concentration tomato paste, gives it a bit of extra flavour and zing. And then when we do the lasagna itself, because we're out and camping, we got the bechamel sauce. First thing I'm going to do is brown the meat and the onions, get them in, and the garlic, mushrooms, and make the sauce. Now you can do all of this in the camp oven, but that's a bit unwieldy sometimes working over coals, so for the sake of just being convenient, we'll do the browning in this pot. Because of the layering with lasagna, we got to use it anyway to scoop out and layer in the camp oven later. I love the sound of that sizzle. We've got all the meat browned up nicely now. It's time to add the onions and the garlic. So that was one large brown onion and a clove of garlic. So we'll mix all of the onion and garlic in together until that all goes that translucent colour. And then after that we'll add some mushrooms and some diced tomatoes and finally some seasoning, black pepper, and we'll just let it all simmer down and make a nice rich sauce. Now it's time to add the mushrooms. Now time to add the diced tomatoes to start turning it into a tomato-based lasagna. Yes, just about 400 gram can of diced tomatoes. Some of this tomato paste concentrate. I really like this stuff, so I'm not going to be shy with it. It's going to add a good bit of flavour, and then we'll add the herbs as well. So that was a good shot of that. Plenty of flavour there. And then we've got the thyme, oregano and basil here. And given that we're being a bit of a bucket cook at the moment, sorry for standing up, but we'll call that a heaped tablespoon, and we'll get all of that in. Last seasoning to go in is a little bit of black pepper, so you can do this to taste, but in a couple of turns will generally do the trick. That ought to do it. Stir that in. Okay, this is the sauce all ready to go. Time now to prepare the camp oven for the lasagna. I just spray the inside of it with a little bit of canola oil spray. That just stops everything from sticking. So it's to load the camp oven up with the sauce and the pasta mix there and the bechamel. So first of all you start with a layer of the meat sauce directly on the bottom of the pan. Next is time to put the essentially ready to go. You don't need any pre-cooking with these lasagna sheets. So we'll get that on, that covers most of it up. Then we'll use some busted bits to fix into the curve of the thing for the bechamel sauce. As I said before, you're in the bush, so just go to the supermarket before you go and get a jar of this stuff. So it's about a third of this per layer. That's what it looks like with the first layer of meat sauce down, some sheets of lasagna pasta, and the bechamel. Now it's time to just repeat that again and do that until you run out of stuff pretty much. But if you're going to get right up close, leave about an inch from the lid of the camp oven. That's when you stop. So with the last of the meat sauce on there now, I've got, I'll put the last layer of pasta on, and we're getting up close to the top, and then the bechamel, and then we spread some shredded mozzarella, cheddar. You can have some parmesan on there as well, have whatever cheese you like to give it the flavour you like. Time for the last layer of pasta, so put a whole sheet on like that, and it's worked out pretty nicely. Now you just really bust this one up to fill in the gaps. There's the last bit of bechamel, some mozzarella and cheddar, a cup and a half of this stuff on top, so that's 250 grams to sort of 300 grams, I guess, a bit more than that. So that's the mozzarella on top, the cheddar, to slightly different flavour. It'll get all nice golden on top. So that's it for the preparation. It's now a matter of just getting the coals done. The lasagna loaded into the camp oven there now. The next step is just to lay down a small bit of coals for it to sit on, so there's a bit of heat coming into it from the bottom, and the majority of the coals will go on the top. Alright, we've laid out a small amount of coals on the bottom there, just to put some heat into the bottom. Most of the heat's got to go in the top. Time to see what it looks like. It's been under the coals here for about 40 minutes. So I've scraped them off. And oh, that cheese is looking good. This is the finished product after 40 minutes under the coals. That cheese, beautiful gold. Time to slice it and serve.